Here we go again. It's deja vu. This time, last year, the Philadelphia Eagles went out and signed Vinny Curry on a one-year deal. And he made it work. Fast forward, the offseason of 2020, coronavirus and everything. We sign him again to a one-year deal up to $2 million. What is going on, everybody? For those who don't know, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you are new to the channel and love talking Philly sports every single day, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Now, when you heard the news that Vinny Curry is back with the Eagles, if you immediately thought price, depth, and the production he did last year, smash that like button. And oh, by the way, it helps this content and pushes it out to other Philly fans. With all that being said, let's talk about my guy, number 75.
Man, thank you. Thank you. You know, it's for the city.
Super Bowl champion.
Man, it's for the city. You know, nobody believed in us but us, you know. And now look, we world champs, man.
Now look, this is not the pretty signing. It's not Jadeveon Clowney, who was at $15 million, $13 million, $14 million, down to $9 million. It's not Everson Griffin, where I really don't know what his price was, but he was probably between $5 to $8 million on a one-year deal. It's not them two, but I was a guy lobbying for a guy like Vinny Curry, not a guy like Vinny Curry. Actually Vinny Curry, because I knew we could get him for a cheap deal. We go ahead and sign him one more time on another one-year deal worth $1.3 million or $1.2 million with an option to get up to $2 million. Now, you're like, Vinny Curry? Really? Super Bowl run? Why do we stay with the old players? Now, he is old. That's why we gave him only a one-year deal. And he's not going to be the guy that we're going to count on day in and day out. We got these guys. The interior pass rush is at an all-time high. 3 guys who should be starting, and another guy in Hassan Ridgeway who could probably start on a lot of teams too. This defensive line in the interior rotation is going to be deadly. Fletcher Cox is going to be healthy because he's not going to have to play heavy snaps every game. When he's in the game, he's going to cause destruction. Same with Hargrave, same with Malik Jackson, and throw in Hassan Ridgeway as well. We talked about the defensive end position being a little bit Brandon Graham, a guy who we know can go get it but is getting older. A guy like Derek Barnett, who we invested a first-round pick in. Well, at times he showed a lot of potential, but then the attitude, the injuries, the laziness, who knows? This is his 5th-year option. It's a now or never year for Derek Barnett, and the interior pass rush is going to be so dominant and getting double teamed so much that there's no excuses for anybody who's on the ends of this defensive line. So now you got Brandon Graham, Derek Barnett as your starters, and you throw in the rotation there. The same way we want to rotate that interior, we want to rotate the ends too. Having a fresh defensive line has been the key to Philadelphia's dominant defensive line for so many years, even going back to Andy Reid and Jim Johnson. Key was dominant players and a hefty amount of rotational players. So like I said, you got BG and Derek Barnett starting, and the rotational guys are Jannard Avery, Josh Sweat, Vinny Curry, maybe Ostertag, I don't know. There's other promising guys, but I'm telling you, Vinny Curry is going to make an impact just like he kind of did last year. Let's look what he did on his first year back on a one-year deal. He was available for all 16 games, but only started 2 of the 16 games. Had 27 total tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 12 quarterback hits, and 5 sacks. Now again, this is only starting 2 games and being available to rotate in and out for guys for the other 14. 5 sacks. Again, it's not the Jadeveon Clowney or Everson Griffin move, but I understand the move 100%. You get a guy that you can count on, not for 16 games to be the starter, but to rotate keep guys healthy, and get you a couple sacks. Again, Jadeveon Clowney had 3 sacks. Now, we know what he can do in the run game, forcing fumbles. He's a playmaker, but it hasn't showed up in the stat sheet. That doesn't always matter, but it hasn't showed up there. And a guy like Everson Griffin, I would have considered it too, depending on the price. But the buck for the dollar, you can't go wrong with a guy that you can count on, come in, take 15 or 20 snaps, free some of these guys up, and the most important thing is we will always have guys in there that can get at the quarterback, whether it be a sack or a quarterback hit. And when you have a healthy, fresh D-line in quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4, that is a winning recipe. We know about that. So look, I like the deal. If you've been listening to some of my live streams, whether it's be me solo or with BBP or just some of my videos, I've talked highly about bringing a guy like Vinny Curry back in. And this was way in the offseason before we knew about Jadeveon Clowney and Everson Griffin. And although they would be good in their own ways, I think this fits for the cap, for us, for a 1-year deal where we're not going to rely solely on him, but he come in, get me like 2 or 3 sacks, 4 or 5, maybe 5 like he did before. But make this D-line even more dominant. And if we need him to come in and start a game or 2, we know he's capable of that as well. With all that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. How do you feel? Are you like, what? Vinny Curry back again? Or are you like me, who are not like, yeah, throw a party, but think in the long run, a signing like that can go a long way for depth and just being a Super Bowl winning player. Let's not forget about that. Again, let me know your comments. How you feel? Happy, sad, mad? Let me know in the comment section because I love hearing from you guys. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.